Well, hello friends, this is Tommy Oakes, and this is the Story Break. Welcome, glad you're here. Once upon a time, there was a fella, I'll call him Gilbert. Gilbert went walking down to town one day, and as he was walking down the street, he looked down the street and he saw an old friend of his walking up the street. So he started walking towards his old friend. About the time Gilbert got to his old friend, his friend said, "Well, hello, Gilbert." Gilbert said, "Hello." The friend said, "Now wait just a minute." And he reached in his pocket and pulled out a $100 bill and handed it to Gilbert. Gilbert said, "What are you doing?" His friend said, "Well, I just had some extra money today, and you're my friend, and I like you, and I thought I'd just bless you, so be blessed." Well, Gilbert said, thank you, and just fell over himself thanking that man. He had a wonderful day that day, and a good week that week. Well, the next week, Gilbert happened to be going down to town again, and he went down the same street, and he looked, and lo and behold, down that same street was his buddy coming up the street again. Same man as last week. About the time they met, his friend said, "Well, hello, Gilbert." Gilbert said, "Well, hello." His friend said, "Stop where you are." He reached in his pocket, pulled out another $100 bill, and handed it to Gilbert. Gilbert said, "Well, you did this last week. I haven't done anything for you this week. What is this?" And his friend said, "Gilbert, I like you, and I had some extra money, and I just wanted to give it to you. Just be blessed." So Gilbert thanked him profusely and went on his way and had a good day that day and a good week that week. Well, the same thing happened for 6 weeks in a row. Gilbert would go to town. His buddy would be at the end of the street. They would meet about the middle. His buddy would hand him the $100, and Gilbert would go on his way rejoicing. Well, after 6 weeks, on the 7th week, Gilbert went to town looking for his buddy. He got to town, looked down the street, and there was his buddy walking up this way. Gilbert went walking down to his buddy and stood there, and his buddy came up to him and said, "Hello, Gilbert." Gilbert said, "Hello." His buddy said, "How are you today?" Gilbert said, "I'm fine." His buddy said, "Well, have a nice day." Gilbert looked at him and said, "Wait a minute." And his buddy said, "What?" Gilbert grabbed him by the throat and said, "Where's my money?" And that's the end of that. Thanks for coming to the Story Break. See you next time.